Okay, children, so today we are going to begin our last poem of the syllabus. It is Garden Snake, and the poet is Muriel S. Son. Muriel L. Son. Muriel L. Son has very beautifully captured the emotion, the experience of a child who is probably as young as a 8-year old, or maybe 9, or maybe 7. He's very young, right? So he had this experience for the first time, and not only that, he is carrying something of a previous time, that whenever, as the title says, garden snake, so definitely the child is going to tell something about snake to us. And it was not that he was very much acquainted with this kind of snake, this kind of creature, for a very long time, but it was his first ever kind of meet, I should rather say meet, with this creature. So, this all I would like to say as of now. But actually, what happens, the poem is not that big, it's just 7 line long. So let us not wait further to know what is happening with the child, and let's dive into it directly. Have you ever seen a snake fighting a mongoose, or getting into a hole, or swimming in the river? Everyone, almost everyone, believes that snakes are dangerous. Some are, most are not. Read this poem on a harmless garden snake. Okay, so as the poet himself has loudly made clear, that we are going to talk about a variety, a species of snake which is so far not at all harmful for our health, but he is rather harmless, and he is a garden snake. So now the poem begins from the spectacles of a very young child. He says, I saw a snake and ran away. Some snakes are dangerous, they say. But mother says that kind is good and eats up insects for his food. I'm sorry, this poem is 8 line long, not 7. Let me correct this. And eats up insects for his food. So when he wiggles in the grass, I'll stand aside and watch him pass and tell myself there is no mistake. It's just a harmless garden snake. Right? So, uh, let me reread and then tell you the meaning line by line. So, children, as the young speaker, the poet, through the voice of a young child, says that the child has seen a snake for the very first time, and it seems that the child was very much scared, afraid of the snake. On the sight of the snake, the moment he saw the snake, he got a lot frightened. And what he did, he ran away, right? As it is to be believed, people are of different opinions. Mostly people think that snakes are very dangerous. You should not play with them, you should not take them lightly. They can be uh, harmful to such, and they can be fatal. Actually, fatal means something which can be life, which can have a life threat. So snake is definitely a fatal thing. Many snakes are very dangerous. They can be fatal. Their poison can be fatal, and if they happen to bite you, so definitely that will be your last day, right? But maximum and majorly are not. One such species we have today with us is the garden snake. So the boy in the second line reminds us that people say that they are very dangerous, right? But in the third and fourth line, the young child maintains the tone that, but mother says that kind is good and eats up insects for his food. So the child here discloses what he has been taught by his own mother. As per the words of his own mother, snakes are not at all harmful, especially that kind. That kind here means the kind of snake. Here we are dealing with what kind? The garden snake. So, garden snakes are usually not harmful and they are pretty good actually. Harmless. Good means they will not cause any harm to us. Rather, what they do for their survival, they are actually surviving. They make themselves full by eating up small insects or maybe some small creatures. Uh, why? Because they also need food to take energy and to have a good life. Right. So yes, yes. So I believe the first four lines are clear.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So when he wiggles in the grass, I'll stand aside and watch him pass. Now, as the child is recalling the words of his own mother, he is thinking that next time, whenever he will be facing that snake, actually, so what is he going to do? As he has seen a snake and he already missed the opportunity. He got so scared that he almost ran away from the place. So, and on the basis of his experience, he's saying that so when he wiggles in the grass, means now whenever next time the snake is going to appear nearby his sight, wherever he will see the snake next time, and whenever he will see the snake wiggling, wiggle is a movement word. How do a snake actually uh, actually walks on the ground? Does he hops? No. Does he what should I say, uh, does he crawl? Does a snake crawl?
No, ma'am.
Because
No, ma'am.
what can be the reason for that? Because ma'am, they have no bones.
He does not have bones. Yes, ma'am. And does not have tail.
And because of this very structure of no bones, they actually are so flexible that they just wiggle around in a zigzag manner, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I can hear some some background noise, so please make sure your mics are off. Yeah. So when he sees a snake wiggling in the grass next time, what is he planning? He will simply take one side of that road, street, you know, folk, if he is inside the forest. So he will be on some other side and he will simply stand, will not make much movement, and will silently watch him pass. So he will actually not disturb the snake and he will simply be looking at him next time, right? Last two lines says, and tell myself, there is no mistake. It's just a harmless garden snake. And the last two lines confirms the regained faith and the confidence and the belief of the boy that now the boy will no more be fearful of the snake and he will be telling himself very clearly that, oh, do not panic, and yes, it is no other harmful species, it is our very own garden snake, so there is no need to be feeling scared or threatful or afraid or frightened. Okay, so that's how the mind of the young child is presented before us by poet Muriel L. Son. And we have seen how, from the beginning of the first line, the young poet, was like fearful, and by the middle and towards the end of the poem, the child seems to be pretty confident and believing, or I should say, sharing the same thought of his mother that garden snakes are really harmless for all of us, and we should always uh, like we should always be welcoming, if not harmful towards them, then welcoming. We should not disturb them. If you uh, identify any such snake, do not make any movement. They are not going to bite you. They are totally harmless. Okay, so I hope with this the poem is very clear to all of you. And I can see so many rhyming pairs here in the poem, like away, say, good, food, grass, pass, snake, mistake. Right? Hope you are also now know. You also are able to identify such pairs.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, amen.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will encourage all of you to go for the question and answers on your own. Okay, and they are not at all tough.
Yeah.
Attempt it. Okay, if you, even if I pick up any question, they all are very easy. I have explained it in such a way that you will not find it difficult. Say, have a look at uh, question number 3. There are 4 pair of rhyming words. Say them aloud. So here you can take this question, instead of saying them aloud, you can definitely say them aloud, but you can write them also in your copy. Find the word that refers to the snake's movement, wiggle. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
है ना?
Okay.
Now, now, uh, these two questions are worth for your discussion. Find out the reason, and we can have the discussion probably on Monday in the beginning of the seventh period. Okay. A snake has no legs or feet, but it moves very fast. Can you guess how? Discuss in the group. Can you recall the word used for a cobra's long, sharp teeth? Where did you come across this word first? So you are all take these two questions as homework and do your research and share with me and share your source of information. Okay. So if there is something
Okay, ma'am.
which is still not clear, you can ask always. कुछ ऐसा है जो आपको समझ में नहीं आया तो आप पूछ सकते हो. आई एम श्योर आपको सब समझ में आया होगा.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So now be a very good student. कि be a student of your words. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका? A person of his own. Yes, that you have to do all the activities as you have promised and made your word that ma'am, yes ma'am, we'll submit and we'll do. We just need time. So today is the day for your social science activity, and tomorrow before sharp 7 p.m. try to wind up your English character enactment activity too. Okay. So with this, I'm going to close my class and have your food. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.